I grew up in southwestern Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to be exact. And there, growing up, we had a lot of nationalities. We had Polish, Irish, Serbian, Croatian, and we had a huge Italian population in Pittsburgh. And I was always drawn to the Italian people, while all the other Serbian, Irish, German, Polish seemed so fair and pale. The Irish were olive and dark, and their women and their men I seemed drawn to them. They just seemed much more beautiful, and especially against the pale gray skies of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. To say the prominence of Italians in Pittsburgh is I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we had Franco's army for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that was Italian, and there was a great deal of Italians, Italian pride, Italian festivals, Italian halls. They took great pride in their heritage and in their place in the population in southwestern Pennsylvania and in the country, and notably so. As time went on, I moved from Pittsburgh to Los Angeles, and there I met another kind of dark, complected population after I got off the highway in Los Angeles. Made a lot of friends with a lot of Hispanic people, Chicanos, Mexicans, what have you. And I grew to love them. And needless to say, they do have some kind of a standing in Los Angeles, practically reshaping the city and the environment there, the culture there. And anyways, I once made the mistake of telling a friend of mine how much I loved the Hispanic people, and I mentioned this idea of the dark complected, olive skin. I said, it reminds me a lot of the Italians that I used to know growing up. And he just practically went through the roof. I mean, he's there, don't ever say that again to another Hispanic person. I said, why? He said, it's an insult. We're not Italians. We're Hispanic. We have our own culture. We have our own life. We have our own heritage. We have our own people. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I just drew the comparison. Don't make the comparison. We're totally different. So, and it's funny because a few years ago, when I was homeless in Phoenix, Arizona, after having moved there from Los Angeles, a lot of the guys, the older men, in 2014 and 2013, started wearing their hair like godfathers and mafiosos. I thought it was I thought it was quite hilarious. You have these men, 45, 50 years old, and wearing their hair like Don Corleone, and they're not, there's no Italian in them at all, it's a joke, we're Hispanic, we're here in, Southwest United States in Phoenix, we're not Italian, but hey, you want to believe we are? Okay, we're Italian for you, 2014, we'll be Italian. Come over to my house, bring your backpack. So it's funny now here in San Antonio, you get a sense of the Italian here, and as an honor to Christopher Columbus, if you will, you have the Spanish, of course, with the Franciscans and the missions and the Native American Indians and stuff. But you get this nod here in this little park here, to the Italians, and I found it really interesting, this kind of acknowledgement with the society from 1890 something or 19 something, and then soon after the society, Christopher Columbus Society, was born, you had the church built, the San Francisco, St. Francisco church, built by the Italians here in San Antonio. And so it's just interesting that my travels in 50 some odd years with the beautiful dark complected people of the world, whether they're from Italy or Mexico, Mediterranean or South American, it's just interesting that somehow the highway and the byway of my life has led me here in the middle of Texas to Plaza de Colombo, and a recognition of the Italian people. Downtown San Antonio.